Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marina YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about keel and its types and all. So let's discuss. Keel of a ship is the bottommost plate of ship laid along the entire length of ship. Keel of the ship means it is the bottommost plate of ship laid along the entire length of ship, commonly referred to as ship's backbone. It is also known as ship's backbone. During construction of ship, this is the first thing that is placed on the block. During construction, this is the first thing that is placed on the block. Because of this, laying the keel is considered to be the time when construction of ship begins. We can say laying of ship is considered to be the time when construction of ship begins. Keel of ship is the bottommost plate of ship that is laid along the entire length of ship, commonly referred to as ship's backbone. During construction of ship, this is the first thing that is placed on the block. Because of this, laying of keel is considered to be the time when construction of ship begins. There are three types of keel: flat keel, bar keel and duct keel. Three types of keel: flat keel, bar keel and duct keel. Flat keel, it is a modern type of keel used in all types of seagoing vessels. Flat keel is a modern type of keel used in all types of seagoing vessel. It is a solid plate which is supported by frames running around the vessel. It is a solid plate which is supported by frames running around the vessel. Flat plate keel, these may be fitted with single bottom hull or with double bottom hull. Okay, flat plate keel, this may be fitted with single bottom hull or with double bottom hull. It is thicker than adjoining plates and must be of full thickness of 3/5 length amidship. It is thicker than adjoining plates and must be of full uniform thickness for 3/5 length amidship. Flat keel is a modern type of keel used in all types of ship in the seagoing vessel, and it is a solid plate which is supported by frames running around vessel. Flat plate keel may be fitted with a single bottom hull or with a double bottom hull. It is thicker than adjoining plates and which must be of full uniform thickness for 3/5 length amidship. Okay, bar keel, this is the first type of keel which has been used since first iron built ship. This bar keel means this is one of the oldest used type of keel, but it does not provide sufficient strength for big vessel. A bar is placed in the center of the keel called bar keel. The either side of the hull attached to the bar keel is called garboard stake. The either side of hull attached to this bar keel is known as garboard stake. Depth of bar is generally 3 to 6 times its width. These type of keels are incorporated in ferries or boats that are vulnerable to grounding. Okay, bar keels type keels are incorporated in ferries or boats that are vulnerable to grounding. Okay, bar keel means this is the first type of keel which has been used since the first iron built ship, but this does not provide sufficient strength for big vessel. A bar keel is placed in the center of keel called a barb keel, and the either side of hull attached to the bar keel is called garboard stake. The depth of bar is generally 3 to 6 times its width. These type of keel are incorporated in ferries or boats that are vulnerable to grounding. Duct keel means this is also termed as box keel because it allows pipes and other service throughout the keel length. Duct keel means it is also known as box keel. It allows pipes and other service throughout the keel length. This is fitted from forward of the engine room bulkhead to the aft of the collision bulkhead. This is fitted from the forward of the engine room bulkhead to the aft of collision bulkhead. Duct keel is provided in double bottom hull ship and consists of solid plates welded into box shape. Duct keel is provided in double bottom hull ship and consists of solid plates welded into box shape, forming an internal watertight passage. Running along length of ship. Usually assessed by a watertight manhole. At the fore end of machinery space. Duct keel means this is also known as box keel because it allows pipes and other sea service throughout the keel length. This is fitted from the forward of the engine room bulkhead to the aft of the collision bulkhead. Duct keel is provided in the double bottom hull ships and consists of solid plates welded into box shape. This form internal watertight passage running along length of ship are usually accessed by a watertight manhole at the fore end of the machinery space. Then, what is stiffener and different types of stiffener? Okay, Stiffeners and what are the different types. Stiffeners means anything that is used sole to provide strength to a ship structure can be called stiffener. The sole purpose of a material to provide strength of a ship structure is called stiffener. These are secondary plates or sections which are attached to beam webs or flanges to stiffen them against out of plane deformation. These are secondary plates or sections which are attached to beam webs or flanges to stiffen them against out of plane deformation. Stiffener welded in longitudinal direction is called longitudinal stiffener. Stiffener that is welded in the longitudinal direction is called longitudinal stiffener. Same way, stiffener welded in transverse direction is called transverse stiffener. Stiffener welded in transverse direction is called transverse stiffener. Girders. Girders are one form of longitudinal stiffener. These are a form of longitudinal stiffener. It is a longitudinal member used in construction of bottom of ship. This is the longitudinal member used in the construction of bottom of ship. They can be plate or beam. Can be placed above the keel, that is center girder. Can be placed above the keel, that is center girder, or spaced equal distance from it, that is side girder. Spaced equal distance from it, that is side girder. They can be continuous or divided by floor section, that means intercostal side girder. They can be continuous or divided by floor section, that is intercostal side girder. Girders are one form of longitudinal stiffener. It is a longitudinal member used in construction of bottom of ship. They can be plate or beam and can be placed above keel or center girder or spaced equal distance from it, that is side girder. They can be continuous or divided by floor section, that means intercostal side girder. Longitudinal means, in the short name we can say it is longitudinal or longitudinal stiffness. These are mainly L-shaped frames found on under deck, on side packing, on longitudinal bulkheads or bottom plating under tank tops. Longitudinal or longitudinal stiffness, these are mainly L-shaped frames found on under decks, side plating, longitudinal bulkhead, bottom plating under the tank top. Transverse means it is short name of transverse stiffener. Transverse found under the deck is called deck transverse, and bottom platform is called bottom transverse. These run transversely but much heavier in construction than beams. Okay. Transverse is the short name of transverse stiffener. Transverse found under deck is called deck transverse, and bottom platform is called bottom transverse. These run transversely but much heavier in construction than beams. Okay. Plates, stiffening and support. Shell means we can say vertically it is frames and horizontally you can say longitudinals. The support are stringes and web frames. Bulkhead we can say horizontal stiffening and vertical stiffening will be there. Support will be stringes or web frames. In deck beam or longitudinal. Further we can say deck girders or deck beam. Flat bottom we can say bottom longitudinal, that is fore and aft. Bottom frame, that means transverse. Support will be floors and keels. Same in the case of tank top, there will be upper frame, that is fore and aft, and upper frame in the transverse. Here we can say floor and keels. Floors and different types of floors. So let's discuss about in detail floors and the different types. Unlike structures on land, where the floor refers to something horizontal that you can stand on, floors on the ships are transverse stiffness that are mounted vertically on the ship's bottom. Okay. Unlike land, floor refers to something horizontal that you stand in the land, but on the ships, the floors on ships are transverse stiffness mounted vertically on ship structure. Floor structure, it is a continuous from center to side plating and supports the inner shell, that means tank top. Floor structure is continuous from center to side plating and support the inner shell, that is tank top. They may be either be solid plates, that means no cut holes except small half round drain holes at the bottom half, or plates with cut lightning holes. They may be either solid plates, that means no cut holes except small half round drain holes at the bottom part, or plates with cut lightning holes. Solid floor means it is the easiest to comprehend, and it consists of a solid plate with no lightning holes cut into it. They lessen the weight of the plate and allow for free flow of any liquid stored in space. Normally it forms a tank below watertight bulkhead. These forms are using. Solid floors means it is easiest to comprehend and consists of a solid plate with no lightning holes cut into it. They lessen the weight of plate and allow for free flow of any liquid stored in space. Normally it forms a tank below watertight bulkhead. These floors are used. solid floors. Then plate floor means it is one of which if the stiffener or floor plate is made of solid plate with openings. This is done to optimize weight and also allow free flow of liquids based on the purpose of floor plate or part of the ship like tank. Floor plate means it is one of the stiffener or floor plate made of a solid plate with the openings. This is done to optimize weight and also to allow free flow of liquids based on the purpose of floor plate or part of the ship like a tank. Bracket floor, it is one of which if the stiffness or floor plate is made of a built up section with a large opening. This is also done to optimize weight, provided where much strength or structural integrity is not required and also on the purpose of the area of ship. Bracket floor means it is one if the stiffness or floor plate is made of a built subsection with a large opening. This is also done to optimize the weight, provided where much strength or structural integrity is not required also on the purpose of the area of the ship. Framing in single and double bottom structure. So let's discuss about the framing in single and double bottom structure. There are three types of bottom structure: transversely framed bottom, single bottom, transversely framed double bottom, and longitudinally framed double bottom. Okay, three types of bottom structure: transversely framed single bottom and transversely framed double bottom, longitudinally framed double bottom. Okay, transversely framed single bottom. These frames run transversely to hull structure. These frames run transversely to hull structure. The plate floor acts as transverse stiffness and their spans are reduced by the use of intercostal side girder that run longitudinally. Okay, the plate floors act as transverse stiffener and their span are reduced by the use of intercostal side girders to run longitudinally. To increase the bending stress, all the plate floors are flanged at the top. To increase the bending stress, all the plate floors are flanged at the top. Okay. Transversely framed single bottom means the frame runs transversely to hull structure. The plate floor acts as transverse stiffness and their spans are reduced by the use of intercostal side girder to run longitudinally. To increase the bending stress of all plate floors are flanged at their top. Transversely framed double bottom. Same link, single framed bottom frames run transversely. This is used in ships of less than 120 meter. Okay. Transverse solid plate floors and bracket floors with the transverse frames provide principal support for the inner bottom and bottom shell plating in this type framing. Means transverse solid plate floors and bracket floors with the transverse frames. These provide principal support for inner bottom and bottom shell plating in this type of framing. This bracket floors form the transverse stiffness at every frame. Bracket floor form the transverse stiffness at every frame. Plate floors are used at every 3 to 4 frame space at a 1.8 meter interval. The plate floors are used at every 3 to 4 frame space at a almost 1.8 meter interval. Intercostal girder or side girder and plate floors will have lightning holes at regular interval to reduce structural weight and will have manholes flanged to provide access. Intercostal girders or side girders and plate floors will have lightning holes at regular interval to reduce structural weight and will have manholes flanged to provide access. One intercostal side girder, this powered port and starboard, where the ship berth exceeds 10 meter but does not exceed 20 meter, 2 are fitted port and starboard where the ship berth is greater. One intercostal side girder provides port and starboard where the ship's berth exceeds 10 meter but does not exceed 20 meter, 2 are fitted port and starboard where the ship berth is greater. Transversely framed double bottom means same linkage, single framed bottom frames run transversely. This is used in ships of less than 120 meter. Transverse solid plate floors and bracket floors with transverse frames provide principal support for the inner bottom and bottom shell plating in this type framing. Bracket floors forms transverse stiffness at every frame. Plate floors are used at every 3 to 4 frame space or 1.8 meter interval. Intercostal girders or side girders and plate floors will have a lightning holes at regular intervals to reduce the structural weight and will have manholes flanged to provide access. One intercostal side girder provides port and starboard where the ship breadth exceeds 10 meter but does not exceed 20 meter. 2 are fitted port and starboard where the ship breadth is greater. Longitudinally framed double bottom. These frames run longitudinally parallel to the keel of the ship. These frames run longitudinally parallel to the keel of the ship. One intercostal side girder is fitted port and starboard if the ship breadth exceeds 40 meter, where the breadth exceeds 25 meter. 2 are fitted port and starboard. These side girders always extend as far as forward and aft possible. Stiffness run longitudinally on the bottom plating are called outer bottom longitudinals, and those that stiffen the tank top are known as tank top longitudinals. At each 3 or 4 frame, there would be plate floor to support the longitudinal. A breaker floor is placed at the almost every frame, but it does not support longitudinal. Okay. Longitudinally formed double bottom means here the frames run longitudinally parallel to the keel of the ship. One intercontinental side girder is fitted port and starboard of the ship. If the ship breadth exceeds 40 meter, where the breadth exceeds 25 meter, two are fitted. That means double bottom are fitted, that is both on the port and starboard. These side girders always extend as far as forward and aft as possible. The stiffness running longitudinally on the bottom plating are known as outer bottom longitudinals, and that stiffen the tank top plating are known as tank top longitudinal. At each 3 or 4 frames, there would be a plate floor to support the longitudinal. A bracket floor is placed at almost every frame, but it does not support the longitudinal. Okay, longitudinally framed single bottom does not exist because long ship more than 120 meter require double bottom. Okay, you have to understand that longitudinally framed single bottom does not exist because long ship more than 120 meter require double bottom. Thank you.